So one of the things I see that always plagues beginning producers are their workflow's a mess. It's so chaotic, and then by the time they get to the point where they're ready to tackle the mix or really do anything with it, they have no idea where anything is, and everything's a catastrophe. It's a mess. They can't find anything. When they do find it, they're trying to figure out why it's where it is, and then they move it and it breaks everything else. This video is going to tackle that issue. So, if you are trying to get quick, efficient, and you're trying to make banger tracks in less than 3 weeks, this video is for you. So, number one, come up with a template. I'm not saying to pre-make all your stuff and just use this template and just like, oh, I use this synth all the time, let's continue using it, blah, blah, blah. Like, none of that. I'm saying any task you find yourself repeatedly doing, put it in the template. If you find yourself setting up your routing system, do it beforehand. If you find yourself putting effects on like your track repeatedly, every single song, put it in a template. If you find that you are doing something that's taking 15 to 30 minutes of your time every single track, cut it out, put it in the template, have it load up when you start. You'll see that in my templates folder, I have several templates. I have two different drum templates based off what I need. If I want a rock sound, if I want this sound. I have 3 different routing templates. Do I want it to sound like modern? Do I want it to sound vintage? This one, the alt one, it's for, if I'm trying to change it up for that day. Empty for whenever I have a client in and they need like just to load up a piano to do vocal exercises. They don't need routing, so it's empty. And stem mixing. For any time I have like somebody wanting me to mix something, I can load in all the audio files straight into this. It comes pre-routed. They're all put in the playlist. I don't have to do that every single time because loading in 100 audio clips into the playlist window is something that you don't want to do. You don't want to have to watch somebody do it. If you could hire somebody to do it, you would. So put it in the template, never do it again. Okay, so we've got template out of the way. Number 2, keep your folders organized. Eliminate guesswork. What do I mean by guesswork? We all have so many samples, but you don't need to go, where is that sample that I want? I know which kick I want. Where is it? Eliminate guesswork. Start organizing things. Drums, kicks. What kind of kick do I want? Artificial, boomy. This pack I got good, meh, real, or tight. I don't have to think about it. If I know I want like a super like thuddy kick that just hits you in the chest, boomy, right here. Done. I don't have to think about it. Eliminate guesswork. I got my signature packs right here. So if I go, oh, I want Echo Soundworks 808. Echo Soundworks 808. Done. Eliminate guesswork. Number 3, pre-clean your samples. We all know that the packs that you get off the internet for free usually are pretty trash. You can go and pay for some expensive ones and they come out a little bit better. But no matter what, you're going to find that you're going to have to EQ, compress, or do something to your instruments like your sounds, your samples, almost consistently. So if you find that there's like an instrument that you, or like a sample that you use a lot, just make a custom one, like edit it, clean it up, get rid of like add your high pass, add your low pass, compression, saturation. If you find yourself doing that to that sample every time, just print a copy of it, put it in the folder, label it. Now you don't have to like do that later. It's already done. It sounds professional. When you put it in the mix, it sounds like it's already been mixed. That eliminates some time right there. So use presets. That is a big thing. I'm not saying go download every preset bank you can. I'm saying if you are one of those people like me and you are making your synths, start saving your presets, start arranging them. Go, I made these key presets, let's use them. So if I go, I feel like using this synth, done. I don't have to dig through anything. Oh, I want like a vintage sound, vintage. Oh, I want like some super saws. Let's open up some saws. I made that probably a month ago, but now I know where it is. If I need that instrument or that sound, I can just load it up. It's done. I don't have to spend time going, I use the super saw every track, and then I have to build it every single time. It's done. I just load it up and I'm ready to go. I could change it up later if I need to. So, we've covered template, keeping your folders organized, pre-cleaning your samples, presets, managing your presets. Always name them, put them in folders so you don't have to think, just like with the samples. Now we're on the last one, and this is a big, big thing. Keep everything organized. You need to name your sounds, you need to color code, and it doesn't hurt to have an order that you put things in. So for me, you could see my color coding right here. My drums, red, my percussion, dark red, my bass, yellow, my lead synths or lead sounds, they're going to be like bright green. Anything that's like a rhythm synth, like something that's going to go on consistently through the track, it's going to be dark green. If it's a filler sound, which means it's not rhythm, but it's stuff that I do want in there. Stuff like pads, arps, stuff that they don't need to be in the front, but I do need them in the track. Purple. Lead vocals, orange. Background vocals, blue. Sound effects, black. This order that you're seeing right here is also the same way I route it out in my mixer. I'll select it up right here. And this is the way you're going to see all my tracks arranged. It's going to go kick, snare, toms, hats, like cymbals, stuff like that. And then it's going to end with percussion. Then it goes to bass, lead, rhythm. You get what I'm saying. That means I can open up a project from 2 years ago and it'll be in the same order. It won't feel like, oh man, where is everything? I have no idea why I routed this way. It's always the same way. It's like I never walked away from it. I can jump back in at any time. The naming, the reason you do that, let's say you have 4 different kicks. Well, you used one in the verse, so label that kick, verse. But then you have like 2 in the pre-chorus. Kick, pre-chorus, 1, kick, pre-chorus, 2. Or let's say you have 1 for the like boomy low end and 1 for the snap. So kick, boomy, kick, snap. The reason you put kick first is so when you see things in the mixer, you know kick, 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 snare. You don't have to like go, what is snap, kick, snap, kick? Oh, snappy kick. So it's the kick, the snappier kick. You know kick, and this is the snappy one. Takes the guesswork out of that when you see it in the mixer, because when you have like 50 tracks to 100 tracks, it can get pretty chaotic. So name your sounds. Then the last thing, systematic order. I already mentioned that. If you keep everything in the same order, you never have to do any kind of guesswork. You know where everything is, every project. Open up an old one, still in the same order. You're good. Now, this is one I didn't put in the list, but you know, it's helpful. If you are going to arrange a full track, I don't do that thing where you put each instrument on its own lane. I think that's messy. I do everything in patterns. But use markers, Alt-T, and just marker. Now you put that marker wherever you need it to be. The reason why markers are so useful is, let's say you want to edit the intro. Control click. Done. I selected everything in this intro. Verse. Got it. Got it. Got it. It allows me to do my selection for that part really easily, and I don't have to try to finagle, like if my spacing's not correct here, I I can wind up throwing off my like selection point, and it's a mess. I don't want to have to deal with that all the time, and I don't think you do either. So use markers, cut that time down. All these little things, they may not seem like a lot, but that extra 5 to 10 minutes they add every time you have that issue, you can get that solved early on. So stay organized, stay neat, spend an afternoon sorting through all your samples. It sucks, but when it's done, you're never gonna have to guess again. You go, I want this, and you know exactly where it is. So stay organized, stay focused, have fun mixing. Peace.